All right, ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year from Deacon Hoover Real Estate Associates. I'm here with the Deacon of Real Estate, Alex Deacon. Alex, Happy New Year to you, sir.
Happy New Year to you, Adam.
I can see in this 2018 as we can peek into the future a little bit. It looks like it's going to be a good year, and I think a nice way to start the year, because we all go into a new year with resolutions and things that we're going to change, and we're going to lose all this weight, and we're going to not do this anymore, and we're going to quit smoking, and we're not going to drink, and we're going to quit betting on the ponies, and and nobody ever really does. But I do think there's significant value of focusing and setting goals, and what better time than the beginning of a new year to do it. Alex, let's talk about it, because I know you are a very focused and goal-driven person. Let's discuss the power behind these two entities.
All right, let's do that, Adam. All right, what I want to start with is actually a very good book that you can go out and get either to read or audiobooks are really cool. I love audiobooks. Yeah, a good book to segue into this would be, it's called The Compound Effect, and it's Darren Hardy. I should get royalties on this because I'm constantly pitching this book. But it's one of those, there's a lot of really good books out there, but this one's it's an easy read. It's not real long, and it's not many big words in it, so I liked it. But it's called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, and it's all about small incremental changes in your life. At the end of a week, a year, 20 years, you are transformed into a different person. And I'll use this as an example. I think a lot of people have heard this. If you double a penny every day for 30 days, give me an idea of what you think that would be. How much would that be?
If you double a penny every day, okay, so...
Yeah,
oh, man.
For 30 days.
So you want me to do 2
day,
times 2
day
is 4,
one is
minus
1,
1 is 3.
Day 2 is 2, day 3 is 4, day 4 is 8.
And then
Okay,
we're
do that for 30
so we're slowly
days.
going up for that. And
Yes.
so for 30 days, I mean, if I'm gonna guesstimate just for sake of radio. I'll guesstimate, because as humans we aren't good at quick math. Let's say $130. and I'm not even close.
You are so off.
Yep.
But
From
I probably said the same thing.
From a penny?
From a penny. It's $10,737,418.23. And there is
You got me wanting to walk around and look for loose change all the time.
There's
now.
actually a chart. If I could pull up the chart. You probably still don't believe me. You got to pull up the chart. Here's what I did. I actually sat there with a goddamn calculator and I doubled it. So let's see if we can find what looks like a chart here. Here it is.
Yeah.
Day 1, day 2 is 2 cents. Day 3 is 4 cents. Now you get even day 24 is $83,000. That's day 24. Now look what happens in day 25.
When that starts
$168,000. Day 26, $335,000. Day 27, $671,000. Day 28, $1,000,003. Day 29, $2,006,000. Day 30, $5,368,709.12. Okay, so for a win over 31 days, you go another day, double $5 million.
That's an incredible
statistic. So why has nothing to do with the money. It has to do with, if you think about just saving a penny every day and then doubling it, you don't think it's going to make a big difference. But after 30 days, it makes a huge impact. So it's no different than saying, I'm going to eat 100 less calories a day. And I guess 100 less calories is not a lot. It's probably just not drinking a pop, or a Coke, right? So don't drink a Coke or Pepsi, because some people don't know what pop is.
Right. I know, it's such a Pittsburgh thing.
They call it soda or something. Anyway, you don't drink a Coke every day. You eliminate that from your diet. You think, you can do that, right? That's not that hard. Just drink a water instead. Probably at the end of the year, it might equate to a loss of 10 pounds, right? And if you did that with, you see what I'm saying? It's small, incremental. And the problem that I have personally is I want everything now. I want to see the results now. I think most people want to see the results now.
Instant
That's why on television they sell these diets and these training routines that are 15 minutes, and that's just not possible.
So it sounds to me like you're saying that these overnight success stories, while it can happen, it rarely happens. I mean, if you're building towards goals that truly matter, it's going to be something that you work at.
Yeah, absolutely. So the power of focus in setting goals is, to me, having a large goal set. So just maybe something, just dream big, right? Well, I want to have a yacht, and I want to be able to help 1 million people by feeding them, and I want to be able to. I mean, it doesn't have to be money. It can be I want to help 1 million people by supplying them Thanksgiving dinner once a year, or I want to be able to drill 100 wells in Africa so small villages have whatever your dream is.
You have to start with that first one.
Start with that huge, massive goal. Then you have to work your way backwards, right? And that can be your physical goals. Could be how much you want to work out, how much do you want to weigh, do you want to how long do you want to live, do you want to take care of your body. To spiritual goals, to what we're going to talk about today is just basically our real estate goals. So just keep in mind, have those large goals set, keep those in front of you, but then don't lose sight of the small goals, because those small little challenges and successes will give you what's called the big mo, and that's what Darren Hardy talks about in his book. The big mo is momentum. One pat on the back gives you momentum, and then you get more momentum. Just like a football game, when momentum changes, you see drastic change in
builds confidence.
Okay, so another thing is on average, we watch. This is something I pulled off the internet, so we know everything on the internet is true. So
always,
this is absolutely 100% true. On average, we watch 3.5 hours of TV a day. So imagine if you could cut that to 2 hours. That's an hour and a half a day times 365 days. That's 22.8 extra days a year.
That's amazing.
That you would have to do something more productive, like maybe read a book. Or
people read still?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Or just go help someone out at your church. Or in real estate, you're going to be, what's the most important thing a real estate investor has to do? We talked about this. I hope you've been listening over the past couple months.
Networking.
What's the most important thing
Networking.
A real estate agent needs to do every day?
Networking, look at properties.
Find
that deal.
the deals.
Find that deal.
Right? So that extra hour and a half, you could be finding a deal. Okay? So focus, and you have to have a sense of urgency, because on average we live, again, this is on the internet, so this is true. On average we live 80 years, about, right? That's equal to 29. Let me ask you this: 80 years is how many days?
Oh man. Okay. So wait, a little over 10 years is
Come on, you don't have that much because you can figure it out.
10,000 days is 27 years. So let's go from there. All right. What's the stat?
80 years is 29,200 days.
Wow.
That's not a lot.
Not a lot at all.
No. And then, the thing I look at is I'm 50 now. Holy crap. I have not that many days left.
I am on the verge of 40, so I don't have that many days left.
So I guess if you look at that, you keep that in your mind every day and you say, man, I only have 15,272 days left. It really should put a sense of urgency or a fire under your ass, I would think. So you're not here that long. And we talked about how many hours in a week, 168 hours. The average full-time employee works 50 hours. Average travel time, 1.5 hours. 8 hours sleeping, 14 hours eating, dressing, showering, sprinkle in TV time. Family time, grandma's surprise birthday party, vacation, bowling, night with the kids, soccer game.
WrestleMania.
Guess what you're left with? Negative time.
Right.
You never have enough time in the week. So if you're wasting it on other things that are non-productive, you're not going to succeed in this business. Right. So if you want to focus and you want to set goals, you also have to set the time aside and pay your dues.
And I feel like that's a lot of what we talked about in Getting Rich in Your PJs. That realistically was saying, that was to help you stay focused with, time management when it comes to hours. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's really the message that you were delivering with that.
Dream big, visualize big, but focus small. So what do I mean by that? We talked about having that big dream in front of you. Visualize that like it's happening already. But then you have to chunk that down into small incremental goals. So if we could segue that into real estate, how would we do that? Like I'll share with you my big real estate goal. This is my wealth goal. I want to be worth $50 million by the time I'm 65.
Wow.
Okay? I'm 50 now. Am I going to reach it? I sure hope so, but if I don't, it's not the end of the world. But I'm going to try my best. So what is success to me? Success to me, is it reaching that goal by all means possible? And if I don't reach it, am I a failure?
No, in my opinion, no, because you at least made the effort and you tried.
Yeah, that's one of the problems that I have as a human being is I look at, if I don't reach that goal, I'm a failure. Mm-hmm. And that's a thing that you need to, it's something I need to look in the mirror every day and say, look, you're not a failure. You are a success as long as you keep trying. As long as you give it 100% every day and do the best that you can. And even if you didn't give it 100% today, you just had an off day.
Tried.
Give yourself a break, but tomorrow give it 110%. So that's my goal. I have it written down. That's really not even written down. It's in my head. I know exactly where I want to be. I want to be at X amount of dollars. And how am I going to achieve that? And every day I'm going through that in my mind. It's kind of sick because it's honestly, you have to be kind of a sick, demented, driven, almost obsessive person sometimes to reach your goals. And it can be to a fault too, because you can split up your family, you can get divorced, you don't pay your kids any attention. So with all of this that I'm talking about, there also has to be balance.
And planning, obviously, to go into it, correct?
Balance, and not just balance and planning, but you have to prioritize. What's most important to you? Is it the money, or is it your wife and your children and their relationship? That's more important to me than any money. This is just part of what I do. It's not who I am.
To look at it from a different lens, it almost sounds like, or different perspective, it almost sounds like the way that we're doing this, it's reverse storytelling. You know what the end of your story, you know what the end is, or ultimately what when your story is told, you know what you want the end to be. Right now, you're writing your story on how you're getting there. You can visualize it. You already know that the end of your story is you're going to be worth that $50 million. It's just right now you're seeing it, you're envisioning it, and you're just taking it chapter by chapter, in a way, is what you're doing.
Yeah. Every day I'm giving it my all, and you just have to think about the sense of urgency again. When it's easy to want to get distracted and get into a conversation with somebody by the water cooler at work. But, there's time to socialize and there's time to focus. Mm-hmm. So, again, you have to have a balance. You have to know, there has to be a balance. You can't just be all work and no play.
Right.
And you can't be all play and no work.
Right.
So, dream big, but visualize small. So, you have to chunk down your focus onto small goals. So, enjoy the ride. Set those small, reachable goals. Focus on the small, never losing sight on the large. These are just notes that I took because we do this class every year in January for our new investors.
Nice.
So to me, again, success is never giving up regardless of the outcome. If you are true to yourself and do the activities that successful people do and don't deviate, then you will eventually become a better you. Your ultimate goal is to never stop growing, learning, loving, and you fill in the blanks. Do not compare yourself to others. That's one thing you can't do, is compare yourself to... If I compare myself to others, for instance, I want to be worth $50 million. Well, that's a drop in the bucket. If I compare myself to a Bill Gates or some other super rich person, $50 million is what they make when they're sleeping. So don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to you and do the best that you can.
I think a lot of times people give up on their goals too quickly because they're too busy comparing themselves to other people instead of focusing on themselves.
I used to do it all the time. I still do.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. We all do.
It will put you into like a depressive state where you don't... What's the point?
Right. Exactly.
Let me just stay in bed. What's the point? Because I'll never be that good. Well, you don't have to be that good.
Right.
So what I do is I break it down into... here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you questions. You try to answer them.
Okay.
Okay? Why am I so good looking?
You know what? I think part of it's your dimples, your fantastic smile.
Oh, thank you. All right, let's get back on track here, Adam. Take massive